Brad Pitt's family has been completely destroyed after his divorce with Angelina Jolie. So here are the 10 dark secrets that tore the family apart. Starting off, we have the changing of last names. A daughter of actors Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt filed paperwork to legally remove Pitt from her name on the day she turned 18. Shiloh Nouvelle Jolie Pitt submitted a petition in Los Angeles County Superior Court on May 27th to change her name to Shiloh Nouvelle Jolie, the Los Angeles Times reported. She's the third eldest of the former couple's 6 children, and this is not the first of the couple's children to drop the Pitt surname. Zahara Marley Jolie did so, at least publicly, in 2022, but hey, I feel like that says a lot. Next up is that their relationship started with infidelity. Now, Brangelina were all the hype in the early 2000s, but Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were actually married for 5 years and everything was great until Brad got a role on the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Now, it was rumored in 2004 that he hooked up with his co-star Angelina Jolie. Now, after a nearly 5-year marriage and 7-year relationship, Brad and Jennifer announced their split on January 24th, 2005. But just a few months after the divorce, the actress announced that she was carrying Brad's child, and it's now known that Brangelina started way earlier. Now we have Angelina's health issues. On May 14, 2013, Angelina shared that she had a preventative double mastectomy. In a New York Times op-ed piece called My Medical Choice, Angelina shared that in February 2013, she elected to have a double mastectomy after genetic tests revealed that she had BRCA1. She was told that there was an 87% chance that she could develop breast cancer. And the fact that her mother, an actress, died from breast cancer in 2017, so she didn't want to take any chances. Then on March 24th, 2015, she revealed that she had her ovaries removed to reduce her risk of cancer. After a blood test revealed possible detections of early cancer, Angelina scheduled a consultation with a surgeon to undergo tumor testing. She explained that although those test results came back negative, it was still possible that she had early stage cancer, and to reduce her risk, she decided to undergo surgery to remove her ovaries and fallopian tubes. Then there's the plane incident. As the FBI report described, Angelina and Brad were traveling with their children in September 2016 on a 2-week trip that ended in Los Angeles International Airport. Now, Brad appeared to take issue with Jolie's parenting, and they retreated to the back of the plane to continue an argument. According to the FBI report, Angelina said he attacked her before punching the ceiling of the plane repeatedly. Now, one child saw the altercation and asked Angelina if she was alright, and according to the report, "No, mommy's not okay," Brad allegedly yelled back. "She's ruining this family, she's crazy." Now, after further physical altercation between them both, Brad spilled wine and beer on furniture and Angelina, who was under a blanket with her children, according to the report. Now, when the plane landed, they did not deplane with him. Angelina said he shouted, "F you all, I'm effing leaving you." In April 2024, new court filings from Angelina accused Brad of mistreatment before the 2016 plane incident. Her legal team claimed in the April 4th filing, while Pitt's history of physical mistreatment of Jolie started well before the family's September 2016 plane trip from France to Los Angeles, this flight marked the first time he turned his physical mistreatment on the children as well. Jolie then immediately left him. Now, her team went on to say in the filing that Angelina did not press charges for the prior mistreatment, as she believed the best course was for Brad to accept responsibility and help the family recover from the post-traumatic stress he caused. Her filing also alleges that Brad refused to seek counseling. Now, Brad's team did not comment on the April 4th filing, though a source close to Pitt told NBC News that this pattern of behavior happens when there is a decision that goes against the other side, and they consistently choose to introduce misleading, inaccurate, and/or irrelevant information as a distraction. Next, let's talk about Pax's statement. Angelina and Brad's son, Pax, has expressed his disdain towards his father. In November last year, Pax's old social media post about his father resurfaced, and it didn't paint a pretty picture of the famous family's dynamic. A then 16-year-old Pax posted from his private account on Father's Day in 2020 about Brad. Now, the message was written over a photo of Brad accepting an Oscar. "Happy Father's Day to this world-class a-hole. You time and time again prove yourself to be a terrible and despicable person," he began. "You have no consideration or empathy towards your 4 youngest children who tremble in fear when in your presence," Pax said, referring to Zahara, Shiloh, and twins Vivian and Knox. "You have made the lives of those closest to me a constant hell," he continued. "You may tell yourself in the world whatever you want, but the truth will come to light someday. So happy Father's Day, you effing awful human being." Then there's the custody battle. From December 2016 to January 2017, the pair were in a custody battle. Brad filed for joint custody, and lawyers asked for more therapy sessions for Brad. Now, his lawyers said that he wanted to see his children before the end of the year holidays began, but in December it was reported that Angelina had been granted physical custody of all 6 of the children, with Pitt being allowed to have therapeutic visits with the kids, determined by the family therapist. Now, early in 2017, the soon-to-be exes released a joint statement saying they agreed to keep the divorce proceedings private, as ET reported. The parties and their counsel have signed agreements to preserve the privacy rights of their children and family by keeping all court documents confidential, to make any necessary legal decisions and facilitate the expeditious resolution of any remaining issues, a statement from both actors read. The parents are committed to act as a united front to effectuate recovery and reunification. Then, in May 2021, Brad was given joint custody of the children in a judge's tentative ruling. However, an appeals court ruled in Angelina's favor a couple months later, disqualifying the judge from the case. Moving on to Brad Pitt not paying his child support. Now, during their divorce in August 2018, Angelina accused Brad of not paying any meaningful child support for their 6 children post-split. Now, Brad's team hit back in a filing that he paid over $1.3 million in bills for the benefit of Jolie and the minor children, and loaned Jolie $8 million to buy a home. But her attorney slammed Brad right back in a statement to Us Weekly, citing the incident of September 2016 as the reason Angelina and the children needed to move from the family home. Angelina's rep further elaborated that Brad was charging Jolie interest on a payment plan, and that Angelina will of course honor that loan. A loan is not, however, child support, and to represent it as such is misleading and inaccurate. Now, a rep added that Jolie was requesting Pitt pay 50% of the kids' expenses, noting Angelina has had to shoulder the majority of those without his contribution for the past 2 years. Child support is not optional in California. Typically, a father of means would pay these expenses voluntarily without the need for a request or court order. Then the War of Rosé began. Now, among the holdings the former couple shared, Chateau Miraval Winery was one of the most personal. The pair purchased the property for around 25 million euros in 2008, and it later became a major point in their ongoing battles. A Vanity Fair article in June 2023 revealed that Angelina contacted Brad in January 2021 about her decision to sell her interest in the winery because it was a business focused on alcohol. "Even now, impossible to write this without crying," Jolie wrote. "Above all, it is a place that we brought the twins home to, and where we were married over a plaque in my mother's memory. A place where I thought I would grow old. But it's also the place that marks the beginning of the end of our family." She added, "Miraval for me died September 2016, and everything I've seen in the years since has sadly confirmed that." Now, Brad agreed to pay her $54.5 million to buy her out of the Miraval in February, but the transaction wasn't completed as they were having their custody battle issues. Ultimately, Angelina sold her interest to Russian oligarch Yuri Shefler for $67 million, Vanity Fair reported. Now, her legal team filed a motion seeking to release communications they said would prove Brad didn't let Jolie sell her shares of the winery to him unless she agreed to a more onerous and expansive non-disclosure agreement. And finally, we have Brad's sobriety. In a GQ interview, Brad recalled how he hadn't gone a day without having something or the other to take the edge off since college. Looking back on it, the actor realized that he didn't want to face his feelings, so he quit everything except drinking when he got serious about settling down. But when he was going through his divorce from Angelina, the need for avoidance returned, so Brad found himself overly relying on alcohol again. Now, fortunately, he noticed it and got the help he needed to get his life back on track. I had taken things as far as I could take it, so I removed my drinking privileges, he told the New York Times in September 2019. Now, Brad quit drinking and found a support system in Alcoholics Anonymous, a group he attended for a year and a half post his divorce. Speaking to the New York Times, he shared how the group helped him. "You had all these men sitting around being open and honest in a way I've never heard." The actor added that the atmosphere was so judgment-free that everyone could express themselves without shame or self-criticism, noting it was actually really freeing to just expose the ugly sides of yourself. Well, that's all for our list of the top 10 dark secrets that destroyed Brad Pitt's family. Now, did you know about any of these secrets? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.